Welcome, welcome everyone. Hello, Shayla. Hello, April. Hi, Pamela. Welcome, Mary Lou. Welcome, Danielle. Welcome, Kelly. Hi, Peter James. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Darla. Hi, Satyam. Hi, Carl. Welcome, everyone. Oh, Mary Lou, you're so nice to ask. I'm doing okay. I am testing negative, so great success. And for those of you who don't know, I did have COVID over the past 2 weeks. I am feeling much better, just very weak on my feet. So I figured I would wear a very colorful necklace to make up for my energy that seems to be still late to the party. Welcome, everyone. Oh, hi, Satyam. Good to see you. And hello, Sir John. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kelsey. So happy to have you here. We do still have just a couple minutes, but I am just arriving to our very first spot today. And we're going to walk I know I have so many familiar faces here, so I'm mainly speaking to the folks who have come to the tours before with me. You will see a few familiar things today, but we are walking a brand new route. So there will also be some other things that you have not seen before. So I'm really excited to share those with all of you. Welcome, Lynn. Welcome, Anna. Happy to have you here. Oh, wow. Hello from New York. Oh, how far away. That's awesome. Yes, do let me know where you are tuning in from today. I think I know where a couple of you are actually, but do let me know in case I have forgotten. Yes, Lynn, I am getting better. It is better every day. Wow, from California, Pamela. Oh, how cool. We actually went to California to get our visas all squared away to live in Spain. So we were just in Los Angeles a few months ago when we were putting everything together for this. And Springfield, Missouri. Oh my. It's so beautiful. Oh, Darla, I need to take you in my pocket with me everywhere. Because I thought you all would appreciate the crazy necklace and the big bright shirt. And I always think those are fun. And then, of course, the glasses that I literally cannot go anywhere without. So wonderful, wonderful. Welcome, Pilar. Good to have you here. Welcome, Other Lynn. How is your husband? Last time you said he wasn't feeling well. So he ended up giving me COVID. And I mean, it's not his fault, of course, but he got it first, and then I got it, and he is feeling much better, so that's good. And then he got better very quickly, and actually, I took a bit of a longer time to recover, but I'm just so happy to be out and about right now. Oh, thank you, Pilar. That's so nice. Welcome, Peter. Oh, thank you, Darla, for the necklace. Yes, I a friend of mine actually bought it for me here. They were here on vacation, and she goes, "I need to buy you a birthday present," even though my birthday was a long time ago. I was showing them around, so I thought that was really cute. But yeah, I thought it was a wacky thing. So how fun, right? Hello, Deborah. Hello, Julie. Hello, Rona. Hello, Ami. Welcome, everyone. Happy to have you here. So, we are starting. Hello, Yana. Good to see you. Glad he's better. Something goes in my head. Look, that's hilarious. So, you can even hear the bells that it is now time to start. So, welcome, everyone. My name is Kelsey. Happy to have you here today. In terms of using the platform, you can see all of the comments popping up there. Thank you, Darla. That's so nice. And that is how you let me know, hey, we can't see you, we can't hear you, there's a weird flying thing on your face. Anything like that is greatly appreciated. And you are sort of my eyes and ears to the tour. So if you ever can't see me or hear me, do let me know. We will be in some old buildings today, but I have given tours in them before, and I believe the reception should be fine. But as always, you never know. So keep me posted. And then you also have the location option on there, which you can then find out exactly where we are. But in terms of sort of the general area of us today, so here is the big map of this part of Europe. And then the map below that is, of course, where we are in Spain, which is Valencia. So as you can see, we're right on the east coast. We're about 2 hours south of Barcelona, 2 hours east of Madrid on the trains, that is. It's about a 4-hour drive for both of those cities. We are the third biggest city in Spain. So this is sort of the last best kept secret of Spain, if you will, because a lot of people say, I've never met anyone from Valencia. And that's kind of a joke here because people say, well, once you come here, you never leave. It's sort of like a black hole that sucks you in, and it's just like gorgeous and beautiful, and everything is affordable. And how could you not want to live here, right? So let's see. Oh, we also had Louise, welcome. Roger, welcome. Good to see you. Diane, welcome. Marie, welcome. Paul Stephen, welcome. Happy to have you here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelsey, and I am from Chicago and Portland, Oregon originally. And my husband and I just moved here. We moved here to Valencia in February, and we are loving it. We're loving all of the cheap flights here, there, and everywhere. But we're actually in my sort of home city today, so I'm looking forward to being able to show you folks around for the next couple weeks. Actually, I just put forth about 6 new tours. I haven't scheduled some of them yet, but I will tell you more about those at the very end. It looks cloudy, but it's actually very hot here today, Lynn. It's about 38 degrees in Celsius, and what is that, like 95 in Fahrenheit? So let's get started here. Now that you've all seen me, I will pop in again at the end of the tour so you can see my wacky earrings, glasses, necklace, all of that fun stuff. But let's get started today. So we are here at the Palace of Communications, which is actually the post office. This is the UNESCO World Heritage Tour in Valencia. So we are going to see the two tangible UNESCO World Heritage sites, which is this, and the Lonja de la Seda, which is the silk factory. But then I'm also going to tell you about the other two UNESCO World Heritage sort of events that happen here. One, of course, is FIAS, and the other one is a really cool sort of court of law that happens out in a public square. So I'm really excited to tell you about that. But we are starting here at the Palace of Communications. So this is one of the most emblematic buildings of Valencian architecture from the first bit of the 20th century. So let me zoom in on this a little bit for you. You can see 5 characters here. These are all representing 5 continents. Then you can see a little bike here, and then also up here there is a boat and also a train. So any ideas why we might see a bike, a boat, and a train here? Why might these sort of be important characters on this Palace of Communications? It is a little bit far away, so let me actually show you the boat and the train up close. So these are ways that, if you click on the picture, you can see it a little bit better. But these are ways that we were getting mail around before we had this gorgeous post office here. And you can see this here says 1922. So this was built started to be built in 1915. Welcome, Joyce. Welcome, Jen. Happy to have you here. This did start the building um, construction in 1915, and then of course it finished in 1922, which of course you can see here. And this is such a cool building. Let me not get hit by a car. And in Valencia, you just never know. I did want to zoom in on a couple little things. We are going to go inside. Welcome, everyone. Happy to have you here today. We are in Valencia checking out the two tangible building UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Does anyone see the cute little envelope that you can sort of make out here between the two, the wings, and actually you can see it on both. Aren't those cute? I love that. So this is the very outside of the Palace of Communications. Oh, excuse my cough. I am negative. For those of you who are wondering, I have tested negative, so thank goodness. Let's go on in, and as they say, where there is money. Oh, it's closed? Can I just peek in really fast? Um, can I just look in through the door? Just oh, oh, politicians. Okay, can I just film this? Okay. So this is the very main part, entrance part of the Palace of Communications, and you can see all of the beautiful wood designs here. Isn't that gorgeous? That's beautiful. Let me zoom in a little bit here, and then I'm going to show you the two the two lanterns that are here. Here we go. Aren't these fascinating? Any idea why they might have these ladies here? Do these remind you of anything? Welcome, Robert. Welcome, Debbie. Welcome, Christina. Happy to have you here today. We are in the Palace of Communications here. And this, for those of you who are just joining, yes, from Boatsland, exactly. So these are sort of emblematic of the boats that the mail used to get through the city or through the country on. And then you can see all of the beautiful sort of feather designs here for her. Isn't that gorgeous? And this, for those of you who are just joining, this is one of the two UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Valencia. And actually the main reason it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site is because of this gorgeous ceiling inside here. And of course, there is apparently a surprise political rally in here. Apparently, I'm not supposed to be showing you that. Okay, that's okay. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. So we'll just have a look at the roof. And actually, I'll show you some pictures of the ceiling as we go. Apparently, they are having a surprise political rally. Welcome to Valencia, everyone. But yes, let me get a picture of that beautiful ceiling inside. And I'm going to show you the mailboxes here. So this building again was built in 1922 by a guy whose father was also an architect, and he wanted to have a ceiling that sort of connected all of the he wanted to have a ceiling that connected all of the different parts of Spain. So first, let me just show you. These are the post office boxes here. So you can see this is outside of Spain, and then this is España, which is, of course, inside of Spain, too. Anyone seen post office boxes like this? Isn't that fascinating? Aren't these cool? Yes, this building is absolutely gorgeous. Let me just get a little bit closer. I love these. And this is sort of a place to hang out and enjoy the nice weather. So that's sort of why we have a bit of a crowd right here. But isn't this so cool? I love these. So, all right, after we move on from these, I will show you what the inside of the building looks like. But oh, go ahead. That's okay. Oh, how cool! He's sending postcards home. So this is how you use the post office boxes here. The best time of year to visit, Pamela, I would say probably is springtime. Um, you can see he's got a little postcard there, and I just want to see him put the postcard in. That's so cool, adorable. I love that. So, actually, let me show you. Yes, American post offices do need to step up their game with this. So this is where we are. This is the Palace of Communications. And this is what the inside of the building looks like. So we did get a little peek at this while we were inside, and the guard said, "No, no, no, we're having a political something or other. You have to get out." But this is the inside ceiling. It's made up of 370 um, panels of glass, which is actually 3,500 different small pieces. And then you can see right around the middle circle, that is the symbol, the coat of arms of Valencia. And then right around that, as well as around the outside, is all of the coat of arms of the 48 different sections or um, areas of Spain. So this is showing us how this post office connects all of Spain together, and of course all of the world too, but mainly through using these little post offices. And then you can see here the columns below them. This is the building was actually added to the UNESCO World Heritage site list because it is it's a good area for people to gather, to have rallies, to have talks. And I mean, as we said, it is the Palace of Communication. So not necessarily the the Palace of the Mail anymore, but the Palace of Communication. So I'm just going to zoom in on the lions one more time. I'll tell you a little bit more about this building. So this is one of the most important examples of eclectic architecture here. It's popularly known as the Post Office Building, but it was designed by the architect Miguel Navarro, and it's a four-story building, and it's cool. Let me actually show you. You know what? Actually, I bet we could just see it as we walked around. Oops, sorry for the fast movement. All right. Now that we're outside, I can actually just show you. There's a huge sort of what's it called? A balustrade? I can't remember. but it's basically a lookout point at the very top. And I'm going to cross the street and then I can turn around and show you one more time. Oh, actually, we can kind of see it right here. This is the best spot to sit. You see that little ball up there? This is the best spot to be during the Fallas Festival, which is, of course, a UNESCO World Heritage celebration here in Spain. There we go. Because if you look down from this section, you will see all of the fireworks going off and all of the celebrations. So let me just go back across the street here and show you the outside of the building just one more time. This is a 4-story building though. Look at these. Ah, yeah, here we can see this sort of winding staircase a little bit better here as well. This is a 4-story building. It is in the very center of the city called the Plaza del Ayuntamiento, or Old Town Hall. And we'll actually learn a little bit more about this square in the Plaza del Ayuntamiento tour that I will be giving in a couple weeks. It's not out yet, so do keep an eye out for that when it is published. If you have not followed me already, do so. That is how you will be alerted to the new tours I am posting. And also once I get 1,000 followers, I believe I have a little bit over 800. Once I get 1,000, I will do a get to know me tour. And then once I have 2,000, for those of you who don't know, I was trained as an opera singer, so I will give an operatic tour. There should be a follow button if you're on your computer or your iPad. There should be a follow button right about where's my finger? Right about here, I believe. But I'm not sure where it is on the phone. Actually, you might have to click on my name and then click follow after the tour. But either way, welcome Pat, welcome Sarah, welcome Leonore, welcome Carol, welcome Ronnie Lynn, and oh, thank you for the follow, Pat. Thank you for the follow, Rona. Wonderful. So the most important space here is that operations hall that we were seeing with the here's another picture of it with the gorgeous columns, and then of course the beautiful ceiling at the very inside. Absolutely beautiful. And then here is the outside area. So again, there are 370 glass panels and 3,500 individual pieces of glass used for this this palace of communication. So we are going to continue now. I'm just going to show you some of the other buildings that are here as we walk. A lot of these are either owned by, oh, thank you, Lynn. A lot of these are either owned by the city or owned by individual hotel chains or banks. And look at these. Aren't these beautiful? I'll actually talk a little bit more about buildings such as this one during the Plaza del Ayuntamiento tour. But I just wanted to give you a better view, of course, of these beautiful buildings next door, but then also of the plaza, or the Palace of Communications building from this side also. Yeah, Marie, I can't believe they chose to have a rally today of all the days. But I do go inside this Palace of Communications building during the Bullring North Station and Palace of Communications tour as well. So we do go in here quite a bit, and also for the Plaza del Ayuntamiento tour, we will head on in there. Oh, look at these beautiful flowers. This area here is, again, Old Town Hall Square, And it is known for all of the, I mean, this is where the political rallies happen, but this is also known for the beautiful flowers that are displayed around here. And these flower shops have been here for the past hundreds of years. These are a an established part of Valencia. So they are. Um, when people think of the Plaza del Ayuntamiento, they go, "Oh yeah, the place with all the flowers, right?" So look at how gorgeous these are. Oh my goodness. I love all of these. Look at these postcards. Yes, do take your postcards. Oh, I actually forgot to talk about that. There is a postcard option. That's when you click your finger on the screen and a little circle pops up. That is how you take postcards. You can share them with your friends later and say, "Hey, I popped into Valencia today. Was gorge," on your social media or whatnot. Um, all right, so let's keep walking here. This square, and actually this setup right here, is what they use for the Fias Festival. So actually, let me just show you this gorgeous town hall because that is well worth the site in itself. There we go. Welcome, Sharon. Sharon. Welcome, Heather. Welcome, Francis. Happy to have you here today. So the Fias Festival, let me post some pictures of what the Fias Festival is. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Festival. And let's see, I've got quite a few pictures. So do scroll. But this is the main center where you see all of the Fias Festival taking place. It is a month-long event, and it's in March, from March 1st to March 19th. And it's basically where there are these giant styrofoam and paper mache floats, or not floats, but sort of sculptures that eventually they burn at the very end of the festival. So here is what it looks like when they are burning these sculptures that they've made. And the burning takes place in order to sort of say out with the old and in with the new. And the Fias Festival has taken place for hundreds of years, but this is the home of the Fias Festival in the same way that it is also the home of paella. Has anyone had paella before? Anyone had paella before? Tell you what, you know what this guy's doing? He is looking up the best paella in the city. He's going, where can I get the best paella? And it would have to actually be where we are headed next. We are headed to the old central market area, which is where we can find our lonja de la seda. Here is one last view of the Plaza del Ayuntamiento here. You can see the fountain and the old town hall here. And then, of course, the sort of structure that symbolizes where everything happens. This is a happening place here. Beautiful. Oh, let me see your comments. Let's see. Sharon has had some. Lynn says yes, please. Yana has had some. Pat has had some. Roger had some in Barcelona. Oh, Carol is yummy. And welcome, Sergey. Happy to have you here today. So yes, we are the home of paella, and although paella is not part of the UNESCO World Heritage non-tangible items here. It is part of the Mediterranean diet, which is a UNESCO World Heritage non-tangible part of Spain. And as you all know, you can find the Mediterranean here, which means you can find the Mediterranean diet here as well. What is the Mediterranean diet? Oh, isn't that beautiful? You can see some apartment buildings downtown. We are in one of um, the main sort of downtown areas. This is the Plaza del Ayuntamiento, which is Old Town Square here. This is sort of the last bits of it here. Looks beautiful. How warm is it today? Oh, it's hot today. It's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? Maybe 38, 35. It is quite warm. Oof. But to give you a little bit of background as we walk here, Valencia was founded by the Romans in 138 BCE, and it has the Romans themselves had a large influence on Europe, as well as the world as a whole, of course. But as they came over here, they were pioneers in architecture, in agriculture, and of course, even food as well. But in 138 BCE, they founded Valencia. We are on the east coast. And of course, it was later seized by the Moors. But thanks to that, we have some really gorgeous architecture, though, I have to say. But when the Romans were here, the beautiful, oh my. When the Romans were here, they basically they came for the river, and it was called the Turia, and it has since been rerouted, but they stayed for the agriculture. Um, there is a lot of farmland around here, and the city itself symbolizes fertility and abundance. And when the Romans got here, they created a network of canals that irrigate the farmlands. So those were given to us by the Romans. Here is one of the famous tapas bars here, Bar Torino. And let me just do vertical, 3, 2, 1. You can see it is one of these famous corner buildings here in Spain, which is so cool. Going back, 3, 2, 1. And speaking of this irrigation system, there is a group that gathers here, a group of farmers that gather here to discuss problems. It is known as the oldest court in Europe, the oldest court of law in Europe. And actually, let me show you what it looks like when they meet. It's so cool. I have not seen it yet. Apparently, it's quite hard to get up close and personal in. But all these old farmers gather to discuss any issues that might arise, and each part of the court represents a different part of the area here. So let me just press this. So yes, they're all retired farmers. They are supposedly impartial. Look at the ironwork on these buildings as we walk. By the way, these are just apartment buildings, but absolutely beautiful. Oh, excuse me. So yes, this court is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the other UNESCO World Heritage Site, other than where we're going, of course. You can actually see where we're going with that flag right here. This is the building we're headed to. And that court of law has been happening for the last 1,100 years. So Marie says, beautiful city. I could live there. Absolutely, Marie. It is a very nice place. And actually, we're just coming out of siesta right now. So the city is sort of waking up again. This part is normally a pedestrian only zone, but they have been letting a couple cars in here. This is part of the Central Market Square. And I'm just showing you this section because I am doing a Central Market tour. If any of you are awake at around, let's see, would have to be about 7 a.m. Eastern time, as this does close between 2 and 3 o'clock local time every day. So that would be between 1 or between 8 and 9 Eastern time every day. But I'm going to head in here at some point in the next few weeks with all of you to show you the beautiful inside of this central market. It was one of the biggest covered markets in Europe. And I'm going to be giving a sort of spooky tour as well, which is where we will learn about the beheadings that used to take place right here. No, it's not as gruesome as it sounds. I mean, it is gruesome, but that was part of the culture at the time. So we will learn about all of that at the Valencia at Night tour. And here is the Central Market. We are almost to our Lonja de la Seda. I just wanted to show you the Central Market, which was built fairly recently, actually, in the early 1920s. How did you find your apartment when you moved there? So, Pamela, we looked on Spada Home, which is basically like Airbnb, except it is for long-term stays. So there are no 1 day, 2 day stays with Spada Home. It is at least a month, if not a whole year. So I just wanted to show you this part of the Central Market. Absolutely beautiful. And I will go in here during the Central Market tour. So keep an eye out for that. Also, just to show you some of the beautiful Art Nouveau that happens here. And look at the bricks. These are all entrances to the Central Market. Absolutely beautiful. So we happen to be passing. This is Santas Juanes Church, which this was a church that was built over a cathedral, or over a mosque, in the 12th century. And it also has one of the only clocks in Central Market Square. So you can see that clock here. And on the inside, there are some beautiful ceramic decorations. We're not going to see it today, but we are passing by. So it has been under construction for the last about 7 years. And it's set to be under construction for the next 5 years as well, but you can go in and see it. I just think this place is beautiful. But we happen to be right next to our Lonja de la Seda. This is the old silk factory. This is our other UNESCO World Heritage Site here. Let me just give you the flag shot, because everyone always wants to see the flag. Flies are a buzzing. Welcome, Rhonda. Welcome, Liza. And yes, Ronnie and Lynn, isn't that funny? So from the 15th to the 18th century, Valencia was flourishing. They are on, or we, I guess, are on the Silk Road. The um, the Silk Road basically went to Italy up to Genoa. So the history of the Valencian Silk Road, it's sort of, I guess it begins in the 14th century with the arrival of the Muslims. And then, thanks to contributions from the Genoese, Valencia became the silk port from Granada, which is down south. We haven't been there yet, but I will take you because it's beautiful, all the way up to northern Italy. So during those years, the silk trade was significantly developed here. And actually, let me show you a picture. This is the silk, the types of silk that were being produced here. And it was not until the end of the 17th century when Valencia became this major production center. But it all started here in this building. This building itself, though, is based off of a what is called a silk factory in Palma de Mallorca, which is that island over to the east of us. And I'll show you a picture once we get inside, but I just wanted to show you the outside of this first. It was actually made in 3 different parts. The section over here, you will actually recognize these windows when we go inside because we will see them from the inside. And this section here was started to be built in 1482. It is mainly known for what's inside, actually. What's their competition? In Lyon. Oh, Pamela, I will have to do some research on that. That's a great question. And then we have the sort of chapel area on this side, which was built 200 years later. And then in the 1600s, you can see this section here, which is totally different than the rest of this building. The rest of it is very limestone, flat, kind of intricate, but not crazy Renaissance like you see here. And actually, there are heads. Of course, they are images of the heads, not actual heads, but there are heads of the monarchy up here. So, in case you were wondering who paid for all of this, they made sure no one forgot that it was the monarchy. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'd be able to see that a little bit better. But yes, this building has one of the most spectacular ceilings in all of Valencia. And it actually used to be the headquarters of the city council for about 500 years. So, oh, actually, also, so this used to be the area of the largest brothel in Europe. Not this building, but this part of town. And I'm going to do a tour called Naughty Valencia, the ins and outs of sex in Spain. So do follow me for when that comes out. But this will sort of give you a little bit of a teaser as to what types of things we might see on that tour. This is a guy with all of his anatomical parts being displayed for the public, if you will. So the rumor has it that, of course, this building was built by people who were not thrilled about building it, so that is how this gargoyle came about. But this building is known for its wacky, for lack of a better word, let's zoom in here, it's wacky gargoyles all over it. And we'll see some more when we go inside. They are fascinating, but I just want to show you a couple more of them. Here's one, and oh, it is so bright outside. I hope we are seeing them. Yeah, we can see those. Gorgeous. But yes, this is the Lonja de la Seda. All right, let's zoom back out and head on into the building here. And here, for those of you who are wondering how they do addresses here, this is how you know, one of the ways you know where we are. Here's another one of the street names. And actually it's on this side too. All three of these are different. Mark and Anthony did it. Yes, you know, Lynn, I saw Mark's tour, and that is what inspired me to do the sort of history of sex in Spain, because Valencia has a crazy past, and I want to share it with all of you. It will be an adults only tour, by the way. Okay, this is one of the beautiful churches right next door. But an actually fun story. Here, let me do a vertical shot. 3, 2, 1. Fun story. When I first came over here, see how the doors are closed? The doors here are almost always closed. So at one point I saw them open. All right, let's go back. 3, 2, 1. And I went in and I tried to open the door as it was sort of halfway propped open, and a priest in full priest garb came out and said, no, 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 no. And I said, oh, can I please just take a picture, you know, just a little picture? And he said, no. And I said, oh, you know, what time can I return? And he goes, after siesta. So if that gives you an idea, they were closing for siesta. Okay, let's go on in here. Hola. Hi, just one.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, it's free admission. Okay. You can pass.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi. Oh, that's okay. Thank you very much. Your hair is gorgeous. Oh, the hair here is so beautiful. Okay, so welcome to the patio of oranges. We are going to see the inside of this beautiful Lonja de la Seda last. But first I wanted to show you the orange trees, of course, but also this star fountain that, of course, people do throw money into, which is fun. And oftentimes you will see lots of pigeons sitting on here as well. But this is just one of the beautiful parts, the many beautiful parts of the Lonja de la Seda. So we are going to head upstairs first, I think. I always get a little out of breath, so I don't want to be out of breath at the very end as I'm saying goodbye to you. So first, let me show you these stairs that I'm going to climb. And so there are 3 sections here, as well as the chapel in the basement. And I do lose reception, so I just sent you a picture. That is what is located down these steps here. I probably can go just a little bit here to show you, but that is how far underground this is. So obviously I would lose reception very quickly. Let's do vertical. 3, 2, 1. But this is the chapel that is underneath the main parts of this building here. Let's go back. 3, 2, 1. So there are 3 sort of differentiated bodies here, and they're all surrounded, or they're all connected rather, by this orange tree patio, which has, you can see the oranges that are blooming here. There's also lemon trees, pomelo trees, mandarin trees, and there might be a grapefruit tree or two. I can't But this is where the Valencian oranges are are blooming all year around, it seems. But if I brought you here in February or March, you would basically get bonked on your head every time you'd walk by this because the oranges are just about everywhere. I also wanted to show you a couple more of these gargoyles that you can see right along the walls here. Aren't these hilarious? Okay, let's go back. And so um, this was designed by a guy named Pere Comte in 1482. And some of these gargoyles that we have around here are sort of in the grotesque style. Oh, here is again this church right across the street. I think this is such a great postcard. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. But this building is a great representation of all of the Gothic style that you can find here. And let's head on upstairs real quick to see all of the stairs. But actually, before we go in, let me show you. This is where we actually get all three sections in one. So this part here is the main silk factory hall. This part over here is the jail, and this is the tower. And we will get to see each one of these. So let's head on up to the jail. So this is called La Sala Dorada, which is the Hall of Gold. As we look in, we're going, well, where's the gold? Oh, look at all these doors. That's beautiful. This is one of the most spectacular areas in Valencia, or buildings in Valencia. I'm just showing you this part first, because once I show you the ceiling, you won't want to see this part anymore. Oh, that was quite the climb. So this is the old jail. As I mentioned, we are in the old silk factory. So when merchants did not pay their debts on time, they were sent in this part of the building, as well as the sort of quartered off areas on the other side of this wall that did keep the people who did not pay their debts. So here is this ceiling. This part was made in 1418. It is entirely made of gold. And in 1445, this building was actually destroyed, and because they needed a bigger building. As I said, it was the sort of the town hall meeting area, and they needed a bigger building because Valencia was growing so very much that they took the ceiling down. They kept it intact, took it down, put it to the side, rebuilt the entire building in 1445, and then stuck the ceiling back up there. I have no idea the instruments that they must have used back in the 1400s to be able to do this, but alas. So the ceiling, the beams up here, I just wanted to give you the view with the lanterns, but the beams up here, they tell stories of a good government versus a bad government. And you can see all these mythological creatures. They all are different here. You can see them all along here. They all are different. And some are lions, some are dragons breathing fire. And this is all to, yes, Pamela, it is gold leaf. And this is all to sort of draw attention to the fact that this is where some of the decisions of the government are made, and what happens when we have a government that is too focused on greed rather than on prosperity for everyone. I'll show you the other side as well. The ceiling does tell quite the story here. Some of these figures represent honor and prosperity, and others represent greed and brutality. Let me show you some more. And you see all of the little figures here. And like the flaming lions, the dancing dragons, all of these are symbolic of China. Which of course makes sense though, because we are referencing the Silk Road, which came from China and it did stop right here in Valencia. Let me show you the great view out this window again. We are going to now head downstairs to what I think is the highlight of the tour, but let me know your thoughts. Before we go, let me just show you this great view. Let's go vertical. 3, 2, 1. Isn't that stunning? And again, that's that church next door where they take their siesta very seriously. And actually, I'm going to keep it on vertical and show you the other side here as well. This, again, is the Santos Juanes Church. You can see a little bit of how it's under construction. When I did go in here to visit, I said, how long is it under construction? And she said, oh, for the next 5. I said, oh, so 5 months, I presume? And she goes, 5 years. So 5 years it is. Let's go back. 3, 2, 1. Oh, Tracy, thank you so much. That's very kind. And then before we go, let me just show you again this tower that is so very beautiful as we walk. As we walk down, we're going to see this. But some facts about this building. There are 28 Gothic gargoyles on the building, and they, of course, are designed to collect water from the roof. But it was designed as a shrine to commerce. And so here, they didn't necessarily have a huge market necessarily. This is the building, the section we're going into now. This is where the sellers that were very successful brought all of their really beautiful, very lucrative silks, and this is where they would show them to people. So they didn't have a massive stockpile here. This is more of where they showed people the silks that they then later purchased. Do check out this sort of column here, as this is something we're going to see inside in just a minute. There was actually as I mentioned upstairs, there was a silk trade factory here before this building, but it needed to be bigger. So that is when they knocked it down. So this part here, I do want to show you the ceiling because it's especially gorgeous. But this was built in the early 16th century in this sort of Renaissance style. And it was used as a meeting center. And the nickname here was the other golden room. You can see all of the paintings that are here, the art that is here, and of course people are watching the info. But so this coffin ceiling, as they call it. I'm going to roll you all the way up so you can see this beautiful ceiling. This is about 1 meter deep. I know it's hard to tell, but from where is my finger? Okay, from these columns to the center here, that's about 1 meter. So these are very thick. This is a coffin ceiling. And the reason they called it the golden room was because this decorative wood had gold inside it. Okay, are you guys ready to see? Oh, actually, first I need to show you the tower. This is the sort of downstairs of the tower area. It is decorated with a beautiful rose window. And yes, a mega coffin ceiling. Exactly. You can see this beautiful stained glass window here. And this tower is, it has a beautiful spiral staircase, which of course we're not allowed to go into, but it does take 110 steps to get to the top. This is quite the postcard here, by the way. And the first and the second levels, so right above this, were used to lock up prisoners as well. And also check out this door. Not too shabby. So Tina, this is the Lonja de la Seda, which is also known as the Old Silk Factory. The Old Silk Factory. So we're going into the highlight of the Old Silk Factory. Are you ready? Oh, I think we're one of the only people in here. Isn't this beautiful? So this room here, this is why it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And this specific room, isn't this beautiful? Let me show you actually what it was designed after. This is a Lonja de la Seda in Palma de Mallorca. So in the island of Palma de Mallorca, there is another one of these that was built first. So that is why it looks so similar. I know, isn't this ceiling gorgeous? So there are, I'm going to scroll up in just a second, but first I just wanted to show you these giant pillars here. You can see all the rotation built into them. There are 8 main pillars, and then 24 if you count the halves of the pillars that are embedded in the side of the building. The room itself is about 52 feet tall, or 17 meters, and the floor is decorated with white, black, and sort of tan colored marble. Now let's focus on the ceiling a little bit. You can see how it kind of opens up at the top. This was in order to represent palm trees, looking up at palm trees from the very bottom. And when it was first built in the 1400s, they were the ceiling had all of these beautiful colors on them, sort of like Starry Night. So they have not repainted them, unfortunately. But how beautiful would that have been? This is the main center of commerce, of all the transactions that happened here in the 14th century, mainly during the Renaissance. This is where all the silk traders brought their beautiful silks. So when people think of silk traders, they usually think of something that looks like this, right? The silk machines that are moving, and those things were not here. What was here was basically a giant table that people would then present their silks on. And let me actually go to a little bit of a different section. Welcome, Kevin. Welcome, Daniela. Happy to have you here. Welcome, Claire. We are just at the very end of our 2 UNESCO World Heritage sites here in Valencia. So yes, it is a silk market, Tina. And here's the very front door. And you can see the orange patio, the orange tree patio that we saw earlier out here. And then also, if you'll notice, this black strip around the ceiling, it goes all the way around. And this is the saying on it. Now here is the direct translation of the saying, of the sort of warning, I guess. But let me read a rough translation. It says, "Fellow countrymen, see how kind trade can be when there is no fraudulence in words, when promises are made to one's fellow men and not broken, and when money is not given out of spite." In other words, when you don't cheat people, everybody wins. Welcome, Melissa. Happy to have you here today. So the very first room here that we saw with all the beautiful gold on the ceiling, that was where they kept merchants who were unable to pay their bills or merchants who were bankrupt. And they were kept in cells in that upper floor. Welcome, Grace. Happy to have you here. I know, absolutely insane. Let me just show you this way now. Yes, it was in Latin, Pat. Beautiful. And actually, because it's a little bit hard to get the image directly from below, the Hago camera zooms in quite a bit. This is a picture I took earlier. So this is what it looks like from the very bottom, checking out all of the designs on the ceiling here. Isn't this beautiful? So again, this is the lavishly decorated space that has 8 columns, and this is sort of the first. Let's see, it's made with tiles or paint. It's made with both actually. So they painted over the tiles. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. So this area was first dedicated to making sure that all of the merchants were able to share their wares and sell their wares with safety and in a communal spot. Let me show you this side also. And this was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996. So this is the main tangible UNESCO World Heritage Site, or the main building here. And at the very beginning, we did see a little bit of the Palacio de Comunicaciones, which is the Palace of Communication. And I'm sorry we weren't able to go into the main hall in that one. I can't believe we painted over the colors on the ceiling. Oh, Ronnie Lynn, so they didn't paint over the colors. The colors have faded. Unfortunately, yes, the colors have faded. But it was apparently very brightly colored with blues and pinks and greens and yellows. And now, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that postcard.